Most of an Epic analyst's anxiety doesn't even come from Epic. What's up? I am Britt Johnson. Welcome back to the Professional Billing channel, where I help new and growing PB analysts understand Epic without the overwhelm. Today, we are talking about managing the overwhelm as an Epic analyst. If you know, you know. If you are a new PB analyst and you're just getting into it, buckle up, because you're gonna get overwhelmed at some point in your Epic career. Yesterday was absolutely wild, and so I was like, I have to do a video on how I manage my overwhelm as an Epic analyst, because when tickets come in, they come in. And if you are anything like me and you are working Community Connect, that means that you are supporting multiple service areas, multiple clients, and the tickets that come in are in like buckets. They just pour in. For example, I got my ticket queue down to like 20, and the next day I got like 40 tickets. Wild. I'm exaggerating. It wasn't a whole 40 tickets, but it was like 20. But whatever. I was overwhelmed because tickets just kept coming in. I was trying to resolve everything, get my queue down, and then it just built back up again. So how I manage overwhelm as an Epic analyst. I know I've said this many, many times, but I write everything down. Every morning I start my day with a daily agenda. Again, I'm a note and a paper and pen kind of girl. I love to handwrite my notes. So I write the date at the top of the paper, and then I write my agenda. I start with my email check, and then I go with what incoming tickets do I have? What new tickets came into my queue overnight, if any? What are my high priorities for the day? What projects am I working? What meetings do I have today? And I kind of block everything out. Now, we all know that being an Epic analyst, sometimes you have to change your focus multiple times throughout the day, and so you're constantly changing contexts, and that can make you spiral if you are not on top of your work. So again, I say this heavily: document everything, track everything. Like I said, I am a pen and paper kind of girl. I have like a 5-subject notebook. I buy one almost every 2 months, like it fills up. Plus I have my OneNote, plus I have my Excel. Yes, it sounds like overkill, but for me personally, that is how I'm staying on top of my work. I track everything. I document everything. I write down every single investigation action that I do. I literally will write go to patient's chart. Like, I write it out elementary, step by step. I write everything. I track my work. Sometimes I have to write my daily agenda more than once a day, because sometimes my agenda is constantly changing. I get pulled into things. I get pulled into testing if the testing person is suddenly out for some reason. Sometimes projects will go out and they'll forget, like, oh my gosh, we didn't add a PB resource. We need somebody for PB or whatever, and I'll get added to that project. So then I gotta, join meetings for that. And I don't know what that is. So sometimes my focus is constantly changing. There are days and weeks, these are the ones that I love, where I'll write my agenda for the day and I can just go down the list and accomplish everything that I want to accomplish. And if I don't get to something, then I carry it over into the next day. But I just can't stress that enough. Track everything. Document everything. You may not need to be as I don't know the word, crazy as me with all the different types of places that you document, like how I do my notebook, my OneNote, my Excel. You might not need to be like that. I don't know. That's just my process. I'm going with it. It's working. I have not been overwhelmed in quite a while. And I am Community Connect. I'm supporting multiple clients, multiple service areas. So there is never ending work. Like, the work does not stop. It does not slow down. And it has been a long time since I have felt extremely overwhelmed because of the system that I created for myself. But hey, that could work for you too. So create that Excel tracker, create that OneNote tracker, create your notebook, buy a notebook, write down all of your notes, write down daily agendas. And if you have to, rewrite your agenda as you go throughout the day, because you might have to. Now, before, I was just working down the list on my tickets, using my content management to track build that I did in my migrations. And I was spiraling almost every day. I was so overwhelmed. I would freak out if a ticket was assigned to me. If I'm pulled into a project, like I would go into freak out mode and automatically go to like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. Like I threw everything that I know about Epic out the window, like automatically, and just panicked. I hated that feeling. So I was like, I gotta be more on top of my stuff here. And that's just how I kind of, started doing all this tracking in different ways with different sources, and it's really helped. It just, I don't like, you're gonna be overwhelmed. Like, I'm not saying I'm never overwhelmed and I'm like cool as a cucumber every single day. There are stressful moments as an Epic analyst. We all know this. But I can manage that stress. I can manage that overwhelm because I'm so on top of my work. Like, I even do, I'll even list out all of my tickets. I'll do all client tickets as of whatever date and list everything out. Incident number, blah, 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 description, blah, blah, blah. Where am I at with this? And I'll write it down, and I can go through every ticket. Like, before I would get asked like, hey, can I get an update on ticket, blah, 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 blah. And I'd be like, I don't know what that is. And I'm like, oh yeah, that is assigned to me. And I read it. Literally, when people email me for updates on tickets, I document so much. I know my tickets so well. I know what's in my queue so much so that I memorize the incident numbers. I don't know if that makes me sound crazy, but it is what it is. I'm staying on top of my work. I'm managing my overwhelm. I'm managing that stress. And when I log off in the evening, I have a clear mind. I'm not stressing out like, oh my gosh, I didn't get this completed, or oh my gosh, I didn't close this ticket, or I didn't update this ticket, or whatever. I'm so on top of my work throughout the day, throughout the week, that I don't have any of those feelings anymore. Now, believe me, in the beginning, I did not track anything. I just worked off of my tickets, my ticket notes in ServiceNow or whatever the ticketing system were my notes. That's all I was going off of. And then I'd have scrap papers all over my desk with little notes, and I didn't know what it was tied to, what incident, what project, whatever. And so I just, I would spiral every day. I would leave work anxious and just not wanting to log on in the morning the next day because I already knew I was going to be overwhelmed. So, managing overwhelm as an Epic analyst, you do this: track everything, document everything, create an Excel spreadsheet. If you do any of the three or all of the three, the Excel spreadsheet is like, that's my Bible. I put my incident number, my task number, who opened it, the call, or the day it was open, the time it was open, the description, what my content management for build, is it manual build, what is the record type, what is the INI, or what is the item that I need to move or need to address. I track and document everything. I stay on top of my tickets. I know my tickets like the back of my hand. And that, if you start off like that, it's going to save you. Because again, you guys, I was not very organized when I started with this organization. When I started doing Community Connect, it was a culture shock. I did not realize the workload that was going to come with a Community Connect. But now that I'm like in it, I'm like, well, duh, Community Connect, you're supporting multiple clients, multiple service areas, not just one. And everywhere is going to work different. Everyone's going to have their own personalization, their own customizations, their own way they work, right? So the workload was absolutely tremendous. And I was not, excuse me, I did not adjust very well in the beginning. And if I would have documented the way that I'm doing it now, the way I'm tracking my work now, I can guarantee you that I would have not felt so overwhelmed, taking things personally when something didn't go right with a ticket or a client wasn't happy, not freak out when I was added to projects. I can guarantee none of that would have happened if I would have started off my journey with documenting and tracking the way that I am doing now. So if you are a new analyst and you're starting to feel the heat, you're starting to feel the overwhelm, and you are not tracking your work at all, you're using ServiceNow to track notes, you're using your content management and Epic to track build StockCheddar, do this. Create the Excel spreadsheet, document everything in detail, write out every single investigation step you do, every question you ask the client, attach email subjects, know your tickets like the back of your hand. I promise it's going to make a difference. Yes, again, I know what I am doing sounds like overkill, but it's helped me. I know a lot of other analysts who are documenting their work in other places other than just, Excel or whatever. They're doing multiple sources for their documentation. So it's just, I promise, it's going to change the way your day goes as an Epic analyst, and you won't feel so overwhelmed because you got an action plan, you know how to manage it, and you can sign off at the end of the night with a clear mind and ready to wind down and relax and do whatever it is you do after work, and not constantly be thinking about your tickets or your clients or things you missed throughout the day or what you forgot about, because you're going to be documenting everything. You're going to have those agendas written out multiple times throughout the day. If need be, it'll change your life. So that's my spiel for you today, guys. Managing the overwhelm as an Epic analyst is as easy as documenting. If you're not doing it, you are missing out. You are going to stay overwhelmed and you're going to eventually spiral out of control. I hope you found value in this. If you did, please hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications for upcoming videos. And again, BOLO for the PB playbook. I cannot wait to release this to you guys. For the new and growing PB analysts, this is going to be your Bible. This is going to be your savior. It's going to change the way you approach tickets and build your skill as an Epic analyst. And I say that's a win. So thank you all for listening to me. Again, hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications, and I will talk to you all tomorrow.